So as everyone knows, in the story of Alien 3, there was only one survivor from the previous Aliens movie. The script for Alien 3 was written to get rid of Newt, Hicks, and Bishop, with Ripley being the only survivor. While Bishop was badly damaged, he was considered inoperable. During a podcast episode with Michael Biehn, he speaks with James Cameron about different topics, and they bring up Alien 3. Michael would ask James this question: were you disappointed when they made the decision to kill Newt? And this is what James Cameron said: I thought that was the stupidest effing thing. You built a lot of goodwill around the characters of Hicks, Newt, and Bishop, and then the first thing they do in the next film is kill them all off. Really smart guys, you know, and then replace them with a bunch of convicts that you hate and want to see die, right? Really clever. James would then leave the Alien franchise and went to work on other big films, so the studio brought in David Fincher to direct Alien 3. It was his first feature film. James also said that he was aware of the situation that David Fincher was in with Alien 3. Now, I'm a big fan of Fincher and his work and all that, and that was his first feature film, and he was getting vectored around by a lot of other voices and all that, so I'd give him a free pass on that one. When Alien 3 removed 3 beloved characters from the previous movie, it left Ripley alone with a bunch of convicts. Her story of survival and rescue came down to this.
Oh, by the way, were you disappointed when they made the decision to kill Newt? I know. I'm all over the place.
I thought that was the stupidest fucking thing. It's like you
spent the last third of your movie saving her.
I know, right? Right. So you build a lot of goodwill around the characters of Hicks and Newt and Bishop, and then the first thing they do in the next film is kill them all off, right? Really smart guys. And replace them with a bunch of fucking convicts that you hate and want to see die. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Really clever. Now, I'm a big fan of Fincher and his work and all that, and that was his first feature film, and he was getting vectored around by a lot of other voices and all that, so I give him a free pass on that one.
No, of course, but he was handed a bowl of shit.
So, comparing Alien 3 to Aliens and the first movie, it was really different. It was a different direction, but I don't think a lot of people prefer Alien 3 over the first 2 movies. They really should have kept those characters alive and continued that story. It's just unfortunate we got something different. In a special feature with Michael Biehn, he talks about his vision for Alien 3, where Hicks and Ripley would end up being a team. There would be more scenes for them to bond together, and somewhere in the story, his character Hicks would get eliminated in some other way. Then Ripley would be grieving over him. It was an idea that would have given Hicks a better ending, because what they did in Alien 3 was a terrible way to end the story of Hicks, just showing a picture of his body. There were many people within the franchise that expressed their disappointment with Alien 3. Overall, it was a missed opportunity. David Fincher has said he did not like the script for the movie, but he signed up anyways because he likes Alien.
And when it came to the first feature, Alien 3, did you think, this is the ideal project for me?
Yeah, I really did. I mean, I didn't like the script, but I love Alien. So yeah, I signed up.
There's a couple of reasons why the studio chose to get rid of Newt and Hicks altogether, but they left Bishop in there for a very small scene. When Michael Biehn found out that his character Hicks was being taken out of Alien 3 at the start of the film, he said he disagreed with that idea. It was just a terrible way to end the story of Hicks, and overall, he would not have gone out that way. So after the movie Aliens was completed, it seems like Carrie Hand had no interest in coming back to films, other than one role she had in 2020. There was also the issue of Newt's age from 1986 to 1993. Now, in Alien 3, she would look older. Now, the characters are not supposed to age while in cryosleep, so that was also an issue. The studio did think about recasting her, but that might upset fans. They also thought having a young girl in another Alien movie might be annoying. So in the end, they got rid of Hicks and Newt, while Bishop had a very small role in Alien 3. It was mostly focusing on Ripley dealing with the inmates, with one alien running around. There's also reports that the studio was interfering with Fincher's work and making it impossible for him to complete the movie that he wanted. There are other versions of Alien 3 you can check out, like the comic book version of William Gibson's unproduced Screenplay, which does feature Ripley, Hicks, Newt, and Bishop, and also the audible version based on the script by William Gibson. It picks up right after the ending of Aliens. Back in November of 2025, Sigourney Weaver spoke to Josh Horowitz, and there's one part where they talk about Alien 3. Now, she said they tried to delay filming so David could work on the script, but there wasn't enough time for him to fix all the problems.
I feel like David would have loved a chance to sort of work on the script before we had to start shooting, and we did delay, but not enough for him to feel he'd solved a lot of the problems. So I think we had the most amazing group of actors.
So yeah, that's what happened to Alien 3 in the end. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Leave a like rating, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.